Sorry.
Yeah.
It's horror time.
I'm apologizing in advance.
Got to be careful when you say that word, horror.
Horror.
You're gonna watch a horror movie, and you gotta make sure you say horror movie. So. But anyway, it's June. It's June 15th.
15th.
And it's hotter than hell outside. But there's a reason we're doing a top 10 horror movies. And we're getting ready to tell you why. So come on in and let's talk about it. Welcome back to the Midnight Riders podcast. I am Johnny.
I'm Chuck.
I'm Tina.
We brought her back. You know why? Because we're doing our top 10 horror movies, and it's going to be an interesting genre. But even more importantly, coming up at the end of July in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, at the
Convention Center.
Oklahoma City Convention Center downtown is the HorrorCon.
OKC HorrorCon.
Oklahoma City HorrorCon. And we, my lovely bride here, is a horror artist. And we attend this and sell product. I'll let her tell you about it.
I gotta tell you about.
I can tell you.
I make all kinds of horror related.
I can't see you.
Okay, how's this?
That's good.
Better. I make all kinds of horror related, just art. You know, I do
That's
photography.
Awesome. It's awesome. It is.
I do photography. I do dolls. We have a booth called Grammy and Pawpaw's Attic.
That's us.
That's us. And if you want to check out some of our stuff, you can go to GrammyandPawpawsAttic.com. We have a website that has all of the stuff on there.
We still have a website?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on it this week, actually. It's on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
So if y'all want to check it out, that's where it's at. And we're on Facebook.
And
we'll put the links below.
I didn't give the date.
No, you didn't.
What is the date?
It's July 27th and 28th.
Yes, come on down and see us. Tell us you saw us here, and well, I'll just say thank you.
We'll appreciate it.
It's bigger and better than it has been. We've just been moving up the whole horror.
It is. Look it up on Facebook. It's called HorrorCon, Oklahoma City HorrorCon, and they got like actors, people who portrayed others in movies coming in, signing autographs.
All kinds of panels.
There's a lot of weird clowns that walk around the whole show and try to scare people. It's a blast. It's a lot of fun. So
it's fun. Come see us.
Come on down and enjoy.
So
what we thought we would do in honor of HorrorCon coming up, we're going to do our top 10 horror movies of all time.
I'm digging this one.
Well, now this was hard. This was hard because I got a list of about 40 or so that I wrote down of movies I saw that just scared the bejeebies out of me, and it was hard knocking them down into the top 10. And it's one of those lists that your top 10 changes all the time.
Yes, yes, especially for me.
Well, what criteria did you use?
I used ones that I like to watch over and over, and I'm sure I left off a lot of the. I don't know, the ones that most people have seen, because
that would be my list. This is what she's talking about.
I left off some of those,
Yeah.
even though I love them and I do watch them. But I have other ones that are, just kind of.
So get you a pencil and pen, paper, write these down, because if you want to be scared and you haven't seen these, they're going to get you. What criteria did you use? Just the 10 that you've seen?
That I've seen them.
Aww.
There's a lot.
There's a lot on here, but there's I doubt I'm going to say something that one of you two are going to say, "Wow, really? What is that?"
Well, I've actually got some stuff on here that's old because
I'm just not a huge horror person.
Right.
I do like some of them.
Well, different levels of horror.
I don't like the big.
There's
gory ones.
Well, there's a difference between
thrillers. I'm into
that
kind of stuff.
Yes.
I like. That's what a lot of this stuff is.
Good. Well, there's
But
different,
again, I'm not going to
there's,
surprise
there's
anybody,
different things
so.
that qualify as horror. I mean, is it a monster movie? Is it a thriller? Is it a gore fest?
Right.
Is
See,
it
the
a
psychological ones I like.
you know? And
That's
so some movies that one of you guys might mention, I might not even think's a horror movie.
Right.
Whereas
Right.
same on my list. There's probably a couple here you are going to just give it one of these, and because you don't think it's horror. So let's just jump in here and go, and let's just see where it goes.
Okay.
What do you
Sounds good
think?
to me.
All
I'm
right.
ready. Let's do it.
Well, honey, why don't you start? Give us your number 10, top 10 horror movies.
Hang on. Let me get a sheet of paper and start writing down movies.
Pen, you need a pen?
I
got
don't know.
a pen. You can
I
borrow.
pretty much guarantee I don't know these.
And here we go.
Let's go.
All right, my number 10 is Saw.
Okay, it's on my
The
honorable
original.
mention.
The original Saw.
I actually saw that one.
The other ones are good
Yeah.
as well, but the original is just the one that gets you, and you're just like, oh my god.
I did watch that one and said, yeah, I'm not doing that again. So yeah.
Never saw it. I never saw it. It's
Can
one.
you believe he's never
it's
seen
one
it?
of-
I can't
really?
believe he's never seen
I've
it.
seen one that you haven't seen.
Yeah.
There you go.
I just. I will probably eventually watch it, but that's just one of those that's just a little bit too
I don't think you really know.
over the edge
what
for me
it's
because
about.
I just read everything about it, and
Well,
I just
maybe you should watch it.
I'm not a gore fest kind of guy, but
I'm a night owl, so I watch a lot of stuff while he's asleep. So that's
Yeah.
why I've probably seen quite a few more than he has. But
Chuck,
I love Saw. It's
Chuck,
good.
There you
what do you got at number 10?
My number 10 was 7.
Ooh. Very good
Like I said,
choice.
that's the kind of horror movies I like, the suspenseful, the psychological. That's a lot of
Well,
what mine are going to be.
and see, that's one of those that I don't put in the horror category.
Right.
I put that in a suspense or it's
And it's probably not horror for most, but to me it is. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
scared me.
I love
yeah,
it.
good movie.
Great movie.
I
It's one
mean,
of my favorite movies.
one of the best killers out there. I
Mhm.
mean, was he just John Doe?
John Doe.
John Doe.
Mhm.
My number 10 is a movie called The Descent.
Ooh,
This one, I am
Nope.
a huge claustrophobic person.
very.
And,
I am too.
okay, Chuck, write this down.
Why is this? Is it a movie about people in closed spaces? Then why the hell am I going to do it?
Not just closed
Just said,
spaces.
just said I don't like that.
Closed spaces with things chasing them.
No.
You will stop breathing because you're in such a closed, confined space. Great movie.
That's why
See-
people
see-
don't like horror movies.
This is gonna be-
They
okay.
don't like
back,
the feeling that
Let
we
me-
go
let me
back
do
to
it.
that thing. Paying money to get the shit scared out of.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! These people they go down into a cave, into a cavern. They get chased. The only way out is through these little. It'll.
it does mess with you.
So yeah, that one scared the bejeebies out
Oh,
of me.
hang
So
on, let me mark that back off.
yeah.
You got a list of what not to watch.
yeah, I had it wrote down, but no.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Number 9, honey. What do you got?
Number 9, one of my favorites of all time, The Birds.
It's on
Had
my
it.
it's on my honorable mention.
Had it. Took it off.
Yep.
I love The Birds. It's one of the first movies that scared me when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching it. Heck, I don't even know how old I was. It came out in '63, but it was on television whenever I was young, and I still watch it to this day.
Yep.
I watch it when it's on. I love it. I love Tippi Hedren.
It's one of those movies that I am so shocked they haven't redone.
I'm glad they haven't redone
I am
it.
too. I am too. The
I
first
am really
one.
glad they
I mean,
haven't redone
some
it.
of the acting's pretty weak, but it's a Hitchcock movie. Most
It is
Hitchcock movies
Hitchcock.
have a lot of weak acting. But the thing is, it's done so well.
Yeah, I mean, we have crows here in our backyard, and I freaking love them. My bathroom is decorated in crows and ravens, and I freaking love it. And The Birds is one of the reasons why I like it.
Yep.
I even have a picture of Tippi Hedren holding a crow
Yes,
in my bathroom.
she does. Yes, I live with her. And
Yeah, I didn't really ask before I did. I just-
she enjoys all this stuff.
But yeah, that's my number 9.
Chuck,
Birds.
what do you got?
My number 9 is The Strangers.
Oh,
That one almost made my list.
That kind of stuff, it freaked me. It's
it's
on
on my
my
honorable mention.
It freaked me out. The first time I saw it, it left me staring at the screen, thinking, "Holy hell!
Why did I watch this?
This
It
is
was
way
originally
way
on-
too realistic.
Yeah, it was originally in my 10 and it got moved down
Yeah.
two
See,
spots and didn't make it.
Way too realistic.
You said that's what made that movie
Yeah.
so
Because
good.
it can happen
Yeah.
to anybody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it's
can
just-
happen.
It
And
can happen.
again, for you
Mhm.
folks that love a good scare that have not seen that, that's one you need
Yeah,
to see.
Yeah.
it's not a
That
lot
is-
of jumping out, not a lot of gore,
Yes,
not
that's
a
not
lot
a-
of that stuff. It's one of those,
This is one of those that can really happen. It probably has,
and
Uh,
it'll freak you out. Which
it
I
will
got
freak you
I got 2 or 3 of those.
and it'll make you lock
But-
your doors at night.
Yes, it will, and not answer the door when somebody knocks.
Number 9 for me is a movie that I saw just last year or the year before. It's called It Follows.
Oh, I love
seen that one.
that.
Do what?
I haven't seen that.
I
That
haven't
one.
Seen that. That's really good. I forgot about that one.
It really. You're gonna. I'm gonna say this more than once on my list. And most of these movies on here just freak me out. Or it's a movie I saw for the first time when I saw it that really scared me. It's going to be what's going to be on my list here, or it's just really quirky and weird. I'll explain that later. But no, It Follows is a great movie. It's about a
Something.
there's this curse, best way to put it, that follows a person. They obtain this by having sex with someone, and once they have sex with the next person, that person obtains the curse. And the curse is, I can't explain the curse. You got to see the movie to understand the curse. It's freaky. You got to watch this
It's
movie.
really good.
You got to watch this movie.
The opening scene, I mean, it really it pulls you in.
It's not one.
and,
Yeah, it's,
you know, you ain't going nowhere. After you
it's
see
not
the
one of
opening
those
scene.
that you
It's
gotta
really good.
take first 15 or 20 before you figure out what's going to happen. No, they give it to you.
Yeah,
this is
I
what-
mean, it's really good.
Boom.
It's
So
really good.
Done deal.
Good movie.
very good movie. All right. Well, we're already past number 19. What do you got for number 8?
Oh, 13 Ghost. Oh my gosh. Love
Had
this
it.
movie.
Bumped it off my list because I didn't have enough room for it. One of my
Love
favorites.
it.
Bumped
One
it
of
off my list too. I've never seen it. I don't know what is
Oh man, I think you would like it, Chuck.
I
I
have no
really
idea.
do think you would like it.
13
It's
goes.
not that scary.
I got one. I got 2 words for you. Tony Shalhoub.
Yes.
Really.
Yes.
Fantastic in this movie.
And
And what's his name?
Lillard.
The guy that plays
I think his last name's Lillard.
the guy that was in Scream. The guy he played Shaggy in Scooby Doo. Matthew
I think
Lillard.
it's Lillard.
Matthew
Matthew
Lillard.
Lillard. Yeah.
You have got to see
See, I
this
like
movie.
him. Okay.
You have
I
got
think
to.
you would like it.
You've got to
It's
see
not
this
Got
over
it.
the top
Okay.
scary.
No.
It's very entertaining.
It's
Got it.
entertaining. It's fun.
hmm
It's it'll freak you out. There's a lot of jump scares, but this a good choice.
Thank you. I love. My big deal is the 13 Ghost. Whoever did, the costuming and the makeup and such.
Yeah.
Just a really good
Yeah.
good flick.
Good.
But that's my number 8.
Okay. I'll check that one.
Start checking the timer there. Go, Chuck.
Yep.
What do you got? Number 8.
My number 8 was the original It.
Oh, the one with Tim Curry.
Yes.
Good choice.
Yep. Only because I've never seen another one after that. So the original one was enough for me. We're good.
Ah.
Yeah, that Tim Curry's a freak show anyway.
Yep.
I like his
He's
stuff.
Everything
Yes.
he's in
And
is awesome.
Everything
But that movie-
everything he does is impressive.
Yeah, that movie. Yes, it was another one of these that kind of freaked me out. So yeah, it had to make my list there.
Well, yeah, good movie.
It was a
I
good
mean,
movie.
you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with getting scared by a Stephen King movie.
Right. Only
Yeah.
thing I couldn't get past was John Boy.
Yeah.
It was still John Boy. I mean,
Yeah.
I never could get past it. Never could get past it. But Tim Curry,
Yeah.
My
Amazing.
number 8 is the only zombie movie that made my list, and that's Train to Busan.
What is it?
Train to Busan.
that's my number 4.
Never even heard of that.
It's a Korean movie that she forced me to watch
I did force him to watch it.
because it's subtitled.
You don't do subtitles very well.
So I got to read and be scared.
Yeah, and trust me,
It's an easy. It's not.
I've seen a lot of zombie movies. This one here, I don't know why I like it so much. I really don't, but it is such a good
The
movie.
story, pardon me, the story is incredible, and it makes you, it really brings you into those main characters. It's not just a zombie movie.
Huh,
No.
Okay.
It is not just a zombie movie.
No.
It's you really are rooting for these people.
You have to-
really are rooting for these
You get invested in these people very quickly,
people.
and you root for these people very quickly. And the zombie part is just, oh yeah, by the way, there's zombies. It's just so good.
Huh.
It's
Okay.
really good.
All right. Different.
I'm not that big of a fan of
Right.
some subtitles,
Right.
but
I hate them.
but this one didn't bother me.
I hate them, and it
This one
didn't bother me
at
either.
all.
I purposely don't watch subtitled movies, but she just kept talking
Well, I mean,
about it.
didn't it
kept
win
talking
the
about it.
didn't
kept
it
talking
win the
about it.
Academy?
It won
Award
something.
for something.
Uh,
So, I mean, it's got to be
I think
good.
special
Okay.
effects, but yeah, I finally caved on this one, and wow. What do you got for number
What do you
7?
Number 7, I have Cabin in the Woods.
Well, you just stole my number
All
4.
right. That was on my honorable mention. I have seen that one. That was a pretty good movie.
I mean, come on. If you don't like that, if you like horror, I don't know. A lot of people are, they either hate it or they love it.
Yeah,
I
I thought
fucking
it was
love
good.
it.
Oh, that was
I've
good.
seen it probably. I'm not kidding. I've seen it probably 100 times.
and I was right there with her. Everything
Yeah,
about
that's
this
good.
movie is great.
Boy, I
It's just,
love it.
it's off the wall. It's quirky. It's different. There's
It is.
there's a death in there that you don't see coming. It's just,
It's got a lot of stars in it. A lot of stars.
and there's one scene at the really early in the movie that makes you laugh.
But I don't even know what you're talking about. What?
At the gas station.
Oh,
It's a great
The
line.
curmudgeon.
But anyway, number 7, Chuck.
My number 7. Exorcist.
Ooh.
Hey, that was my number 7.
Another one that just one of my early on that I watched that. Yeah, just not right. It's just not right.
It's my number 7 as well, and everything.
It's wow.
The first time I ever saw that movie, scared
Yeah,
the
that-
crap out of me.
Yeah, that.
I was really, really young.
I remember
but
watching
it
it when I was
scared
young because
the
I wasn't
crap
supposed
out
to
of me.
watch, and I watched it when I wasn't supposed to, and yeah, I really wish I wouldn't have at that time.
I didn't see it till I was probably in my 30s.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I had heard about it
Right.
my whole life. So, it was a really good movie, but I had seen a lot more,
Right.
before I saw that. I can see
Well,
how other movies have used that for their inspiration.
yeah.
And, it's classic.
Well, this
Yeah.
movie was just off the charts scary when it came out. Obviously,
Right.
the makeup was incredible for the time. I watched it about 2 or 3 months ago again just to watch it because it's that good. But even nowadays, all the green screens and all that kind of garbage that you see, but
The special effects were
What
incredible.
they
they
were
were-
good for that time.
what they were able
They
to do.
really
for the
were.
yeah,
And the story,
they were.
the
The
story,
the story behind it that
My
would make you
God.
think, and yeah, it
my
was
God,
it was
Yeah.
wicked.
incredible.
Yep.
Movie.
Good
Great
choice.
movie.
All right, well, that was my number 7, so I'll just go ahead and go to number 6, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Cloverfield.
Ah, that's a good movie.
Love
Cloverfield.
That's a good movie.
Some folks don't call it horror. I call it horror monster movie. Cloverfield.
I love Cloverfield.
I didn't put it on mine. I didn't think it was
It's a great
horror, but
movie.
it's a good movie though.
I just love that
Yeah.
movie.
Seen it many
There-
times.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It-
Matter of
it-
fact, we just watched it with our grandson.
yes, we did. Archer finally got to watch it.
Nice.
He finally got to watch it.
Nice.
And he hasn't
No,
stopped
that's a
talking
good one.
about it since he's seen it.
Yeah, it's got the proper amount of jump scares. You hold your breath a lot. You go, holy shit, or you what just happened, or what was that, or it's dark, it's light. But when the lights are flashing in the subway, you don't know what's going on. It's just everything about that movie. It's just tremendous
is
for me.
good.
It's tremendous.
It's a great
for me.
movie.
Yeah, nope, I like that one.
What's your number 6, hon?
My number 6 is House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oof.
Ah, I
Wow.
love me some Rob Zombie.
Yeah, it's a
It's-
wicked movie. I
It's
have seen that
awesome.
one.
You
but
have
it's a-
seen it?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Well, looky there.
My sons are big into the Rob Zombie thing, and I watched that with them, and don't know why I did. But
Oh my gosh.
I watched it with them, and
It's
yeah,
incredible.
it's a
It is. It's a good movie,
It is
but
incredible.
I just.
Oh, come on. It's good. The characters are just, oh my gosh.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
and you keep saying that when you watch. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
What the hell?
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're
You
right.
know? And to me, that is a horror movie.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
Nothing wrong with
I
that.
love it.
Quintessential horror movie right there.
I love it. I've seen it many times.
Yeah.
Many times.
Chuck, number 6.
This may be the only one I've got that y'all may not have on your list. May not have it because when I was younger and watching it, scared the living hell out of me. It's When a Stranger Calls.
Oh.
I had it on the list.
You did have it?
It
Okay.
got bumped.
Because I don't know many people who actually like that movie.
Good.
Oh,
It's
it's
a-
a great movie.
It's just one of those. I don't hear anybody ever talk about it, but it's one of those movies that just,
It
as
is
a
a
kid,
great movie.
man, that just
I
terrified
think
me.
they redid
Again.
it.
They did. They redid
Again,
it, and it's not any good.
something that could really happen.
Right, right. And I remember it. With our sister, they had a 2-story house, and I babysat my niece one night back when this movie was out at a time, and it terrified me.
Sure.
The fact that the something like that could happen, and that movie's always stuck in my head.
That's a good choice.
I've only
It
seen
is.
it 2, maybe 3 times because I
Mhm.
don't want to watch it anymore.
Well, but you went back for more.
Yeah, that was a long
I
time
mean, I
ago.
used to babysit when I was,
Yeah.
pretty young. For nowadays, most people wouldn't babysit at that age.
Right.
I think I was probably 13.
Yeah,
But
that movie
yeah.
always freaked me out. Always
Yeah,
freaked me out.
if you've ever babysat
Yeah.
and seen that movie, you're
Mhm.
you're clinched.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was my number 6.
Good.
Good choice.
Number
Good choice.
5. I've got the original Friday the 13th.
Aww.
That's also my number 5.
I watch it often. It was one of the. It was
It's
it
a
was the
classic, come on.
second slasher movie ever made. Right after the other one that's going to be on our list, of course. But Friday the 13th really it holds a special place in my heart because I went and saw it at the theater with a bunch of friends, high school friends. We all got scared at the same time. A lot of screaming, a lot of oh my gosh, a lot of popcorn flying thing. It holds a place in my heart from just being one of the first times I was scared around a group of friends, and I shouldn't have been scared because that's not cool.
Go for it.
I have this movie. The same thing for me for a whole other reason. We were visiting our grandparents, and I remember begging my dad to let me watch this movie,
Mhm.
and he let me watch the movie.
How old were you?
I want to say 8, 9,
Oh, my.
10, somewhere in that area. The end scene, I'm not ruining it for anybody when he comes out of the lake. The way that our grandparents' house was set up, I don't remember ever jumping and running so damn fast in my life and listening to my dad laugh at me.
Yep.
And telling me, I've been told you.
Well, I will tell you a story that you probably don't know. Our dad was most of you who watch this know him, 6'2",
Big man.
Big man.
350, man's man. I first watched this. I saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
Then I watched it on VHS with my dad one night. He'd never seen it, and it got to the end. It got to the jump scare. Our father went. "Whoa!" He made that noise. I laughed. I knew it was coming. He didn't. He went. "Oh!" I looked at him and he started laughing. He said, "Whoa, that got me!" I swear, I just
that movie will always be that because I always remember Dad.
Yeah.
And that movie's great movie.
Yeah.
Better than all the
It's
other
very-
ones.
No,
But
We have a huge
yeah.
sign in right above our kitchen that says Camp Crystal Lake.
that's right.
We have Jason in our aquarium. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
was
That's
also
right,
my
folks.
was also my number 5.
right, folks. I live with her.
it's awesome.
What do you got at number
Yeah.
5, babe?
Number 5, I have The Purge.
Oh,
I freaking love The Purge. The idea of it,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I like movies that are just so different than other ones.
Well, that one is.
Yeah,
you
damn
know,
sure is.
whoever came up with that idea,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, fantastic. Fantastic.
It's a good movie.
I love everything about I've seen all of, you know, the whole whatever it's called.
Series.
No. Okay, I'll think of it in a minute.
It's a series
franchise.
of movies. Oh, franchise.
Yeah, I've seen
Big
all,
word. You went with the big word.
Yeah, it took me a minute to get it.
Gotcha.
I've seen all of them in the franchise. I love every one of them, but that very first one, I tell you what. I mean, I was like, "Holy crap! This kind of crap could happen."
Yeah, it's another one.
This-
That's yeah.
You know, if it gets bad enough, that kind of crap can happen.
Dystopian,
Definitely.
man. Dystopian.
Hey,
Exactly.
but it's really,
Well, you know
really,
what?
really good.
Chuck's the number 5 was my number 6. How about you give us your number 4 while you're at it?
Y'all already busted my number 4, Train to Be Sane.
Oh, that's Busan. All right,
Yeah.
then Chuck, you go
I
with
only
number
have 3
4.
left.
My number 4 was my original Psycho. First one I remember. First scary movie I remember seeing.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I think it's just again a psychological thing,
Absolutely.
and it was just one of those that you just sit and
Absolutely.
nobody expected that ending at that time.
Well, he
and,
was a creepy guy.
and it was just
Yeah.
weird, and so that's always stuck in my
Mm.
head. So yeah,
It's a good choice. About
We
number
should name our
3.
next pet Norman.
No.
It's a cute little name.
Name one. You name one of your fish. Number 3.
Number 3. Okay. My number 3, Chernobyl Diaries. Freaking love it.
I feel bad that's not in my top 10. I left it off my
cannot
list completely.
believe
I watched
that
it
you did not
what,
have
15
that on your
times
list.
Chernobyl Diaries.
Okay, I think you would like that one too.
because there's an asshole
Okay,
that's part of this.
Yes.
what the hell is that?
That's part of the main plot. You'll really like it. He's a real jerk. You'll really like him. It's a good movie. It's really a good movie.
It's really good.
I left that one off. How did I leave that off? I got 40 movies listed.
Let me give you a little synopsis if you haven't seen
What
it.
the hell did I do?
It's about a group of tourists who have this guy take them to close. Oh, I'm sorry, I cannot remember the name of the town that's right outside where Chernobyl is, where everybody left everything that they owned. You know, everything was contaminated with
Correct.
nuclear waste,
Yeah.
and so as long as they could keep their their little meter down, that they were okay. But some shit goes down, and man alive,
It goes down.
man alive. I mean, they kind of sneak in there anyways because nobody's supposed to be in there.
Mhm.
You know, come on, it's nuclear waste, and so nobody knows they're there. And,
Spoiler alert. It's really scary.
that's really good.
It's really scary.
But once again, it's a story that
It's a good story. It's not It's not one of those
no,
B movie
it's not a
horror
B
movies.
movie.
This is a good story. Great. Oh, it's really good.
And they came out in 2012, so
Yeah.
it's not. Well, I say it's not that old, but my gosh, it is old.
It is.
But it's really good, really, really good.
Well, you got number 3, Chuck.
The original Halloween.
Wow,
Ooh.
that's my number 2.
Your number 2?
Love that movie.
I thought for sure that'd be your number 1.
That's my number 2.
Wow. Look
I mean, what can you not say about that movie?
And it's another one like Friday the 13th. I saw the first one and all the other ones. Halloween 2 was decent, but none of them ever compared to me. None of them ever compared to the original.
No,
It was great.
No, the original,
It was
the original
suspenseful.
Halloween, it did so much.
It was so different. It was so, yeah.
It created a genre.
It did.
It did. I mean, the movie itself. I wish I could show it my grandson, but there's just too many explicit scenes that he can't see. But it's such a good movie.
Yeah,
it's such a good. And they get Donald Pleasance in there, which was a get for someone back in the day to do a low budget movie who was a big name.
It was I was gonna say he was.
Everybody
the big star
does it.
then.
Everybody does it these days. But back then, nobody did
Yeah.
it. He did it, and it's just so
Yeah. Nope. That was my number 3.
my number 3 is It, the
Which
new
one?
one,
The
The
new,
new
The
one.
new one.
1 and 2.
Wow.
Of course, there's a lot of the book it left. Of course, it's left out. The book's 1,200 pages long, but that movie, the original one that the Tim Curry one,
Yeah.
was scary. It was made for TV. It was scary. This sucker right here, they went that extra mile, and this just the kids that acted are so good. The adults they bring in are top line actors. They play off each other very well. I believe every one of them is the character. I
Well, I'll
believe
tell
it.
you what. If you have
I
a Skarsgård
believe it.
in your movie,
Yeah,
it's damn near guaranteed to be a hit.
yeah.
I mean, that family, they
and
know what the
yeah.
hell they're doing.
Yeah, him
He
playing
is incredible.
Pennywise just scared the living. I mean, I'm 61 years old, man.
He's
I saw it
incredible.
whenever it came out. I mean,
And he loved the original. He really did. He
It's
loved the
just
original.
incredible. It was just an incredible movie. Both of them, 1 and 2. So, all right, my number 2 was Halloween. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is The Last Exorcism.
That was my number 11.
Haven't seen that one either.
Okay, it's about
That was my number 11.
this guy that does exorcisms, and he says, you know
Would
what,
make
this is
sense.
going to be my last one. And he goes to do it, and I'm not going to give anything away for the movie, but this is my number 2 movie.
This one will scare the bejesus
So,
out of you. If you're a devil possessed movie kind of person, that you got to see this.
Well, even if you're not,
This one just
it's
again. She made me watch it again. I thanked her afterwards. It was incredible.
it's also done, with what Halloween introduced, with the camera from the point of view of the killer, whatever that's called, where they use the
First person.
first person, yeah, where they use the first person camera because they're making a documentary,
Yeah, it's a
because it's going to be
Right.
their last exorcism. So, yeah,
Oh,
it's really good.
It's so good.
It's number 2 on my list.
It's scary. It's scary. It will scare you. It
It's
will
good.
scare you.
It's a great horror movie. That's number 2.
What's your number 2, Chuck?
My number 2 and number 1, y'all probably don't have them because they're both kind of psychological. I don't know if they're really both considered horror or not, but Silence of the Lambs is my number 2.
Good choice.
Good
That
choice.
some considered horror. I read probably different lists and half had it on, half didn't.
Well, it's considered.
depends
It's
on
considered the only horror movie that ever won an
psychological.
Oscar.
Right.
I mean,
So
Really?
yeah.
I said, I don't know if it's really horror. To me, it is, but I don't know. I can see why it wouldn't be because there's not a whole lot of.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot of insinuation. on that
Psychological
movie.
crap is
Yeah,
scary.
to me it is. That's
Yeah.
that's why a lot of mine are that because that's the stuff I like.
So
I mean, who wants somebody messing with your brain?
Yeah.
did that movie scare you? Yes.
Oh yeah, without
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
without a
You know,
doubt.
I mean,
Really dark.
I put it in a psychological thriller category.
Yep.
I wrote it down to be in here, but then these others just got a little bit more horror-ish for me.
Yep.
Horror.
And it didn't scare me as much as these others did the first time I saw them.
Yeah.
So my number 2 is Halloween. It's already gone. I'll give you my number 1 first. My number 1 is Jaws. 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 Yes, a lot of folks say it's not a horror movie.
For then it was.
It's a monster movie to me. I saw this thing when I was 13 years old.
It's a great movie. I love the movie.
I went on a Sunday afternoon with my church youth group. I was scared to death in that movie theater.
Also, a side note here, he's not a fan of water.
I am scared to death of water. I always have
especially
been.
dark water.
And then the first scene out of this movie, you see what you see, and I was
He was done, I'm sure, at that point.
I was on the edge of my seat the entire time, waiting. Then the head pops out of the boat, and I was just about left. And it's all I could do not to.
Yeah.
I had to be a man. No, my friends were there. Had to do it. But damn proud of myself when I finished the movie.
Yeah.
So
Great movie.
it's one of my favorite movies of all
Number
time,
one.
and I
That
couldn't leave it.
doesn't
I
surprise me.
couldn't leave it off the list because it's one of my favorites of all time.
I
So.
understand.
What's your number 1, Bud?
My number 1
It could be anything I got listed down
is Rob Zombie's Halloween.
there.
My
Okay.
number 1.
Higher than the original.
Yes.
Why? I haven't
Freaking-
seen it, so why?
Love it.
I haven't seen Rob Zombie.
You have not seen it.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
Like I say, the other Halloweens I've seen, I like Rob Zombie. Don't get me wrong, but
Mm.
I was just afraid it would destroy the original. But
Now,
So-
I put them in two different categories.
really,
Yeah.
They're
Okay.
two different categories.
Yes. Yes.
The Rob Zombie one has him as an adult in the asylum, and
And as a child.
yes, and as a child.
Yeah, he shows this whole movie is mostly from the perspective of Michael Myers.
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Zombies version.
Yeah,
is.
to the mental hospital that they took him to.
From the beginning, from when he was a kid all the
Okay.
way until
all right.
the shit hits the fan. You've got to watch that movie.
All right. I will check that out.
It was going to make my list. I only wanted to put one Halloween in
Me
here.
too. That's why I put this
And
one,
I
and it's
had
my
to-
number one.
I had to put the original for the
Okay.
same reason you said. I kind of had an idea of what was going to come with this movie. Number one, it's Rob Zombie. So get ready for blood. Number two, it's Rob Zombie. So get ready to go holy shit. Number three, I already know the story, so to speak. So I had to go with the original. I didn't know
Right,
the
that's
story.
why I
and had
wasn't-
to go with
okay.
the original.
Yeah, it's to me. I just, that's one that I can watch over. I just do not get tired of it.
So, yeah, I
I
watched
do
it
not
too.
get tired of it. Every time I see it, I was like, oh, it's on.
Oh, and they got
You know?
great. They got great secondary characters. The dude,
And that was in 2007.
yeah,
I mean, come on, that's
God, that long
that's
ago?
a long time ago.
Wow.
And I'm still, when I see it on, it's like, ooh,
gotta watch it.
You know,
All right, I got to see. I'll go watch that one.
I mean,
watch it.
they've
That's my
got.
number one.
Well, there's two versions. There's the version on the movie, then they've got an unrated version. The unrated is a little bit tougher.
Go
It's-
unrated.
You know, I've got the DVD. If you want to borrow it. It's
If you're gonna
ungodly
watch
good.
it, watch it.
It's ungodly good.
Huh, okay.
It's incredible. So, what was your number one, Chuck?
My
Mm.
number one, kind of like your Jaws, this is one of my favorite movies. Shining.
Good choice.
Just always been one of my favorite
Good
movies,
choice.
and it's been one of those, again, psychological
another
thrillers, which is what I like.
another Psycho.
And that movie's always been top of the line for me. Any kind of list I do for movies, it's going to be on the top of my list.
Do you
I
still
love
like
that
to
movie.
watch it when
Yes.
it comes on?
Yes, I'll still watch it.
Well,
If I'm flipping channels and it's on, or I see it on, I'll stop wherever it's at and watch it. It's a great
just,
movie.
it's
Yeah,
just
we've
so
seen
good.
it.
Jack Nicholson's one of my favorites, and just it's awesome.
How he
It's an incredible movie.
see that's the one part about the movie I didn't like.
What?
Is the kid.
Really?
I
You
don't.
didn't like the kid, but you
I
you
don't.
like Shelley Duvall?
I don't. Okay, that's the second thing I didn't like about the movie. The kid really didn't. They needed a kid that acted better for me.
Oh, come on.
But I love the movie.
Yeah. No.
I love the
Great
movie. It is one of the best thinkers,
when
and
he
it's
tried
scary.
out, he probably could ride the big wheel better than anybody.
and it's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary. That again, that movie
Yeah.
scared me when I first saw it.
Yes.
It scared
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, it's still. I mean, yeah, I know what's happening, and it's still every now and
I
then
know.
it'll
The
still.
lady getting
You
out
know
of the
what's.
shower.
Yeah.
That's the part I just like.
Yeah.
Oogie. Oogie. That's
Yeah.
the part that gets
No,
me.
no. Yes.
Nothing else really-
yeah.
Nothing else really, as far as horror films go. But that part in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Well, then,
I
what?
don't like it.
One of the parts a lot of folks probably going to skip that kind of freaks me out a little bit is whenever Jack Nicholson goes to the bar, and he sits down at the bar and he gets the drink from the bartender. The expression on Nicholson's face as he's talking, you can at that point you see him going nuts.
Yes.
Yeah, you see, I mean, it's like a
he's
different
so,
guy. He's that actor.
you
You
so
know?
I
damn
just-
good.
You
He
see,
plays a different character.
oh,
than
it just it's
Yes.
just
beginning
it's
to
creepy.
Yes.
It's creepy. So
You can
Great
see
movie.
him changing throughout
you can
the movie.
see
It's
him
Great.
slowly losing his shit,
Great.
and it's just.
you can.
But it's so good. But anyway, that's our top 10 horror movies.
Our opinion, we know.
I
There's
want-
tons out there.
I want your opinion.
Yeah, we want. Oh, can I give? Are we gonna do some
We gonna do some
honorable
honorable
mentions?
mentions? Let's throw a
Because
few.
I got
After I
bunches.
tell you,
I got a few.
I want comments
Yes,
and
please.
suggestions about what you guys thought of your top 10. Who would we leave out and why?
Yeah,
Let's
and
hit some
if
honorable
there's some-
mentions.
Yeah, because if I haven't seen it, I want to see it.
Yes.
That's. how I am.
Well,
I want to
and-
see it.
and
I don't
it-
care how scary.
and
don't
if
care how-
and if she wants to see it, then she can watch it and
I'll
tell
watch
me
it.
if I can watch it
Yeah,
because I
I'll
don't
watch it
I
and
don't watch
see if
certain
it's
stuff.
on his
Just-
level.
I'm just a little. Anyway,
All right.
Chuck, give me a couple of honorables. What do you got?
The original Children of the Corn. Got that?
I have a story for that.
Malachi.
It's my first horror movie that I saw at the
Yep.
movies, and spent the night with my girlfriend, and she told me the next morning that I was humming the music that they played in the movies in my sleep.
I know I've said this once before. What the hell is wrong with you?
Jeez.
It scared the living shit out of
Good
me.
Lord.
And for the third
It
time,
scared me
Woo, baby.
so bad. I was like,
I live
oh
with
my
it.
gosh.
Yeah.
It was the first time I'd been completely scared out of my. I think I was like 14.
and if
Yeah.
you want to see what I live
Freaks you
with,
out.
come on down
Come
to
to
HorrorCon and buy some of that stuff so it doesn't have to come home with me.
Mhm.
What do you got for Arnold? Give me another one.
Another one I had was the original Omen.
Ooh.
That one-
Because that was one that I remember younger, and I remember that one just really, really scared
Yeah, I
me.
put that
It
one
was
right.
an
I
older
put
one.
it right there.
Not the newer ones, not
Yeah.
That
the
came out right around the time The
Right.
Exorcist, right
Yeah.
after The Exorcist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and Rosemary's Baby.
Rosemary's Baby
that
was on
whole
there.
devil
but the
scene.
Damien
Satanic.
the Damien kid, just
Mhm.
the kid they had, and that it probably doesn't hold up well nowadays. I'm sure I haven't
Right.
seen it in a long time, but for what it was at that time, man,
Right.
it scared the hell out
Because
of me.
see, child actors back then weren't great,
Right,
but this kid
he
scared
did
me.
it.
It was good.
He
He had,
scared
he had. I can still picture his stare
Mhm.
and his gaze and glare into things. It's just
What do you got? Give me a couple.
Give me a couple. Let's see. I'm just gonna read real fast what
Go.
I got. Hostel, The Strangers, The Hills Have Eyes, The Thing, The Ring, 28 Weeks Later, Frankenstein, The Ritual, Hell House LLC, Paranormal Activity, and Ghost Ship.
I got
There.
ghost ship too.
got none of them.
I've got 40 on here, but I'm not going to read them all. Some that I will hit that I think if you guys want to get scared, you need to watch. First one I want to tell you about is a movie called, plain and simple, it's called Haunt. Haunt. It's put out in 2019. These people go, you know how you pay to go to a haunted house.
I don't, but yeah, I know people. I've heard of it.
There's some things going on in this haunted house as people walk by that they think is not real.
Which is why people don't go to the haunted house.
This is the reason.
It's the stereotype.
This is the stereotypical of what if it's real. This movie freaked me out.
It's a good movie.
Watch it. Also got Ghost Ship on here too. I also had the Mummy, the Brendan Fraser Mummy movie, simply
The
because
action movie.
it's a movie. It's a horror. Poltergeist, of course, I have listed. Had 13 Ghosts on here. You didn't have Devil. I put Devil on here.
No, I consider that kind of a psychological.
I did
ghost,
have
so
the
didn't do
I
a lot
did
of
have the Last
psychological.
Exorcism. I had the Babadook, simply because it's a
Oh,
little freaky. But another Exorcism of Emily Rose. If you haven't seen that one, that's scary. But this was based on a true story in a court case that a murder happened, and they actually went to court on this deal because of being possessed, and it actually
And
went to court.
exorcism.
It was the court case. The kid died because of the exorcism, and it was a court. It's the court case. It's the exorcism that they did on the kid. It's a great movie. It's scary, but it's a legal thriller. If you got a chance, watch it.
Laura Linney. Is that who it is?
Yeah, and one more. Oh, I got two more.
We'll go.
Scary stories to tell in the dark.
That big lady.
I thought this was going to be one of those 90-minute. It's for the kids to watch. It's kind of cute. Just to say they watched a
It
horror
was
movie.
freaky.
Freaked me out.
It was freaky.
Freaked me out.
Never even heard of it.
Freaked me out. Great story. Great story.
It really is.
There's 2 or 3 places in it that'll freak you out. And there's another one that you need to see. If you haven't seen, it's got Ryan Reynolds in it. It's called Buried.
Oh.
It's got
Again-
Ryan Reynolds. Okay, I
I
like Ryan
forgot.
Reynolds.
I am claustrophobic.
It's buried, as in buried alive.
Yes.
Yes.
No,
He's-
no,
he's-
no,
Yes,
no,
you
no,
gotta
no.
watch it.
The entire movie,
It's him.
he's
It's him.
he's in
No.
a casket, buried, and the entire movie is him in the casket,
No.
trying to figure out a way how do I get out of here.
Yeah.
No.
I
watched it one day and then I watched it again whenever
I
we
don't-
got home.
I don't think I've
Incredible.
ever sweat watching a movie until I watched it. This one got me. I
In
can't.
my opinion,
Mm.
Ryan Reynolds' best performance.
No, it's
I
incredible.
love Ryan
I
Reynolds.
did have one other one.
What do you got?
Another one of my psychological ones. It's because that's a great movie. Split.
We discussed whether or not that was horror. Or
And
not.
see, and I went back and forth again with all my other psychological
Right.
stuff. That is one of the most jacked up, just make you think.
But didn't but
and
don't- but
weird.
But don't you love Patricia?
No,
It is my
I love
favorite
that
from M. Night Shyamalan.
yeah,
It is my
Yeah.
very favorite.
I love that movie.
Love it.
PB&J with the
Yeah.
Fresco.
Would you like your
But yeah.
One more before we go. Smile.
Oh, that one's good too.
That one recently came out.
I was gonna say that's a newer one,
There's
isn't it?
so many.
Ah,
I
there's
mean,
just
we
so
could
many.
have just went on and
I
on.
don't know.
You know,
Horror is it's a great genre. It's one of those things with a lot of folks. You don't want to go. Why would I go out there and get scared? There's levels of it that are way up here. Your Texas Chainsaw Massacres and on the way down. And I don't do the gore she does. She thinks it's artistic. I think it's
the makeup.
I think
how
it's
they
just
do
ungodly.
things.
Psychological thrillers, like
That's
he's been
fine.
talking about. I mean, I'm right in the middle. But any style of horror you want, it's out there.
Yes.
Go watch you some horror. It's so much fun. And please, if we miss anything, any of your favorites or things we talked about, give it to us
Yeah,
in the
we'd like to
comments.
hear what you guys.
Subscribe. Give us some more
Come
ideas.
to HorrorCon and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I'll talk to you.
We'll
I'll
be
talk
there
to you. I'll be there.
with all my goodies.
Beard and all.
Grammy and Pawpaw.
We'll be there. We got us a double booth. A lot of stuff being sold. July 27th and 28th,
28
Saturday and Sunday.
downtown Oklahoma City
Big convention center. Come see us. We'd love to sell some of this stuff, so I don't have to bring it back home.
Hey, it'll just
It's
get put in
freaky.
the house.
It stares at you while you're over here. Come buy it.
Anyway, we appreciate you coming by, and we hope to see you soon. We're going to be doing some more of these top 10 lists, so please come in and subscribe, like, comment, give us the whole mess, and we will talk to you soon. Y'all got anything else?
I don't have
I
anything
think
else.
I'm good.
We're out of here. We appreciate you.
Come visit.
Bye now.